Hello and greetings, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube and the world. So welcome back to another Minger Show video. And today, guys, I'll be doing my final review for The Santa Clauses on Disney+. So I wanted to wait till I watched the last two episodes for you guys today because the last one just dropped, and I'm gonna watch episode 5 and episode 6. And yeah, and I know the show's gonna be over, and I don't think there's gonna be any more. Possibly, maybe, who knows, there could be another season. Highly doubtful, but they did say it's a limited series. But I'm glad I was able to watch something like this for a very long while. And thank you for all the love on my last video I did. I got over like 50-something views. So whoever watched that video, thank you very much. I much appreciate it. And before I continue on, if you guys are new, just come to the Minger Show. Don't know exactly what I normally do. You guys are all just my return subscribers. You guys know what I do, but for you new people, I just do reviews for you on Netflix, Disney Plus, when I go see movies in theaters, and sometimes I do channel reactions, unboxing videos, gaming videos, and sometimes I do, you know, theory videos, which I haven't done those in a very long little while. But yeah, so today I'll be doing my fun review for Santa Clauses, God, you know, I love the Santa Claus. What I already told you guys in my first video. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies, and I'm glad I'm able to see this show that they were able to premiere on Disney Plus. So there's a lot of cool things that I liked in the last 4 episodes I did for you guys last time, and now I'll be doing the last 2 for you guys today. So there's really not much to say about it right now, but for further ado, I'm gonna watch episode 5, and then I'm gonna watch episode 6, and then I'm gonna give all my honest opinions of what I like about the show, what I love about it, and I'll get to see who actually showed up in episode 5 at the very end of episode 4. And if I'm guessing right about Bernard, I'm gonna lose my freaking shield. So I'll see you guys a little soon. Hello everybody, so I am back, and I officially watched episode 5 and 6. Alright, so here is what we know so far. So from episode 5, let's talk about that one pretty quickly. So I was right. At the beginning, it showed Bernard, and he showed up at Scott's house, and he was telling them that Simon is destroying Christmas, but Scott already knew that he was doing it, but he chose to stay along with his family in the human world and actually have an actual Christmas. But Bernard was telling him, he said, no, if you knew, then why aren't you doing anything about it? Why aren't you going to the North Pole and stopping Simon from destroying Christmas? So basically, I kind of liked how in the way they were showing like how Simon is making him the villain of the show. That he wants to have Christmas every day so he can send gifts to everybody around the world, but that's just not really Christmas. That's not the true meaning of Christmas or the true meaning of Christmas spirit. So they were basically saying that for the entire episode 5 and episode 6. So the episode 5 continues on. So Bernard has to show Scott what the true meaning of Christmas is. So he goes and takes him through time back to the it was like all black and white. He was all by what was it? The depressing like era. So basically like back in the 1400s or 1500s or something like that. I can't remember. Don't know what the what the year was, but basically the 17th Santa in that generation was telling them, like, this is what I was chosen for this era of spreading Christmas spirit to everybody. And it's basically he went through the doorways to different time periods of every other Santa that did that time period of those ages. So he encountered the 17th Santa. He encountered St. Nicholas. That he gave up everything. He gave all the money away so he can spread Christmas spirit. And he bumped into Krampus, which was kind of really funny actually. And then he bumped into the Santa that he knew that fell the roof off his house. And that's how he became Santa. And then he was actually able to talk to that Santa for when Scott was a kid. He actually bumped into him before when he was younger, and actually it was actually kind of cool how he was able to see, like, he actually knew that Santa before, but he didn't know, but he forgot because that Santa that fell off his roof dusted him to forget, because you're not supposed to know that Santa is real, but you still want to keep the Christmas spirit going. And so Scott forgot about that moment when he was a kid, but then he asked Bernard, like, why did I forget? Why did I not remember this? Because he had to dust you to forget. It's like, because there's a reason why that Santa had to do that, because just to keep the spirit in him going for the years. So, and then apparently there's a little plot twist, like why that Santa chose Scott to become Santa Claus, because apparently with the Santa Claus lore in the movies and in the show, with all the Santas that showed up at the very end, telling Scott that you were chosen to be the Santa of this time period, and you're not supposed to end as Santa yet. So basically, the escape Santa thing that he did for Simon was a mistake. He's supposed to stay Santa for a little longer. So he got a big talk from all the other Santas in this one big open room, and it was kind of cool to see all these other Santas, and Krampus was there too, because Krampus is the person that steals presents from kids. So it's just it was funny. And so yeah, they all had to give Scott Calvin a big old talk, like what the true meaning of Christmas is, and they were telling him Simon's destroying Christmas. So Bernard brought that little orb out, and it's show me the North Pole. It's showing Betty, and it's showing Grace. Betty's trying to build a toy truck, but it fell apart. And then after that, it was not in the north, and then it showed not Grace. It was not Grace. It was this Betty and some other elf, and then that elf disappeared. And then Scott was like, "Wait, why did you tell me that these elves are disappearing? Then I gotta go back to the North Pole." So basically, in that episode, he ends up going back. He got convinced to go back home, get his family back in order to go back to the North Pole to stop Simon from destroying Christmas. So that was episode 5, and I thought it was kind of cute that the Santa that was that dusted Scott. He told him that every Santa that had their own mission in life through the ages. It's kind of funny how he mentions this. He's like, yeah, well, it was my fault that I had to I had my own duties to do what I did with my generation, like doing this, doing that, in the Star Wars Christmas specials. I heard him say that. I was like, oh my god, it's freaking hilarious! The Star Wars Christmas specials. That's hilarious. Oh god, I laughed at that part. It was great. And then after that, Scott went back home. He told everybody about the situation, and same thing with Carol. She was like, "Okay, why did you say that there's elves disappearing in the North Pole?" And so what was why do they? And then he's told us well, I decided to call it the Yule verse because Yule verse, Santa Claus's. So it was he was just calling it, and then Carol's like, why can't you just call it the Santa Land or the Santa verse or it's like. But basically, the plot, everybody, all the Santas told Scott that he was the very first human Santa, to have a human family in the North Pole. And when Scott and Carol had kids, they actually have powers. He's like, no, and he's like, no, my kids don't have powers. He's like, yes, they do. And then when he finds out that his son is actually can see those vortexes in the sky, kind of like how his dad does, to go through the entire planet in one night to drop off gifts. And with his daughter, Sandra, basically she can actually talk to animals. And that's how she was able to talk to this horse to get to the North Pole, because Scott would teleported there with Noel. So Noel and Scott went there to try to stop Simon, but they got caught by the drones and they got thrown to jail. So that was the end of episode 5, and now we're on to episode 6. So I'm gonna get this episode 6 done as I possibly can because I want to spend too much long on this. But episode 5 was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. It was really well done. I really liked how all the Santa Clauses were telling Scott that he's supposed to continue on being Santa and not end for it yet. You still got a long ways to go. It was just an amazing episode. I really loved it. So for the rating for that one, I'm probably just gonna give a spot on probably like. You know what? I'll give it a 4.7 out of 5. It was good. I really liked it. It was awesome. So what's going on with episode 6? So episode 6 is basically Christmas to Remember, and basically they go back to the North Pole. Everyone's there, and Carol and the family and everyone else is trying to help Scott escape from the jail cell, and apparently enough, the jail cell was actually made out of licorice, so they kind of ate their way through to get him out of there. But basically, they end up trying to go find the coat because apparently the Santa coat was the main reason of how everything is not going into place. So because remember how Simon said he didn't see the Santa coat in the probably the second episode. Because in order to become actually Santa Claus, you gotta have to wear the suit and become the sanctification process to happen, right? But it didn't happen for him because the coat knew that Simon was not to be the proper Santa. So when the suit showed up at that witch's place, I don't remember her name by heart. It started with a B. I knew that for a fact. I can't remember her name. But basically, as soon as the coat knew that Scott was back, it started making its way back through the North Pole, back to the Santa's workshop, and at the very end, basically it found Scott, and Simon found it as well, because it's the only way to bring the true spirit of Christmas back, and then when it was. Okay, because before I get to that spot, but there's a moment where the drones actually found the intruders of Cal and the others. Cal was actually able to talk down the drones and make them go friendly instead of shooting him. It was great, and then Scott's like, Cal, are you talking to the drones? He's like, yeah. Are you talking sense to them? He's like, well. Yeah, basically, they're actually very down to earth. If they didn't, they would actually definitely attack me. So it was kind of awesome. I was like, oh my god, that was freaking cute. And then, basically, Sandra decides to go to her room and find that little, pet weasel or whatever that creature is from this little door she had to do a secret knock on. And then when she tells this little creature that's Simon is destroying Christmas by having Christmas every day. She left with this little creature, and then Grace was actually in that room, and surprisingly she actually heard that, and she knew that her dad is actually destroying Christmas. So she decides to go to the snow globe room, grab a snow globe, and actually shake it, and actually showing the favorite moment of Christmas. And when it gets to the point where how Cal and Scott have the same powers of how they can sense things. Well, Cal can actually sense where the coat is. Same thing with Scott, and they knew it was nearby, and it's in this hallway. And before I get to that point, it was kind of awesome how Simon was trying to find ways to find the coat and find the intruders, and he tells us, it's like, well. How this is getting ridiculous. How are we supposed to find it? It's like, well, we did find, and then one of the drones says, like, well, we did find some foot soldiers. It's like, foot soldiers. And they told Simon where these things were. I was like, wait, I was thinking, wait, foot soldiers. There's only one foot soldiers I think of, and it's from Santa Claus 2. I was like, wait a minute. And then Simon finds his room. He clicks his freaking buttons. He opens it. It's the freaking soldiers from Santa Claus 2 that the toy Santa made to attack the North Pole. I was like, That's a big Easter egg reference right there. And it's awesome. Carol Claus was actually being a kick. He was a freaking kick ass using kung fu, attacking them, wasting them down on the freaking floor. She's a total badass. Oh yeah. And then after that, it gets to the point where they find the coat. Simon was able to grab it from that Christmas witch lady. I can't remember her name, but she spawns in, grabs the coat, but was trying to escape. But one of the drones shot something at her, and she fell over and she dropped the coat. And Simon grabs it, was about to put it on, but Scott was able to try to talk him down, but wasn't able to. But Grace showed up with one of those snow globes, shook it, and actually Scott was able to talk to her and says that this is gonna be a best gift that he would like. So she ends up going to her father, shakes it, and shows her the best moment she had in her Christmas, and it was that moment where um that him and her daughter and when his wife was still alive, and then he was able to basically feel sorry that the way he was treating the North Pole and how he was destroying Christmas, and then he knew that what he was doing was wrong, so he decided to give the coat back to Scott, but then instead the coat went straight to Scott, and he's like, and then they go to go find the orb, and then the orb was all dark, and they're trying to figure out like how to bring the orb back in the Christmas spirit, but they all end up hugging it out. It's like, you guys are all my family. It's not basically I don't want anything to happen to this place, and it's and after that big huddle moment, the orb started glowing really bright, and all these like little dots of sparkles comes out, and all the elves start coming back. It was really awesome. As soon as that one looking like badass elf is like, he sees Noel, it's like, I'm back, I'm gonna kick your butt. Because there was a little moment when he was trying to help Scott get out of the cell before, but it was funny. But then after, when Noel was trying to look for Betty, because Betty and Noel are kind of like lovers or partners in a way, and so once they encountered each other, it was just a nice little heartwarming moment there. It was just pretty cool. And then after that, Scott was able to was able to like talk to his family, and he was able to ask them to go with him on the Christmas run to drop off all the Christmas presents. And so he put on the coat. The sanctification started. He became Santa again, and he sent Simon and Grace back to where they were, and they went on their Christmas went for the entire planet. And at the very end of the episode, Scott decided to let Cow drop off some gifts at a random house, but he didn't tell him what house. It was the house that this one girl that Cow kind of liked in the human world, named Riley, and she was able. He before Cow and the others and Carol and Sandra went to the North Pole from episode 5. He actually had a like this girl from school. And he told her before they went back to the North Pole. Like, he's like telling her that his secret that his dad is Santa Claus, and he said if we do fix this, stay by your fireplace and see that my dad will come down from the chimney. So he actually came down from the chimney and surprised her, but didn't know it was actually her house. It's like, Cal, what are you doing in my house? And how did you come down to my chimney? And it's like, well, I did tell you that my dad is Santa Claus, and well, I'm here to also drop off your brother's Funko Pop that he wanted, and also he took on another thing that she might like, and she likes these kind of flowers, and she's like, wait, those are my favorite flowers. What are they called? Polyanders or something? It starts with a P. It's like one of those like flowers with big long red leaves. Polon. I can't remember. I can't think of it at the top of my head. But she just really fell down to tears, and she instantly knew that he was telling the truth, and they end up kissing. and they actually are like hovering over the fucking freaking floor, make down, and she's like she sobs and like holy crap. And then after that, it was pretty awesome. He leaves, and then then it shows it shows Scott and everyone else in the sled because he asked Carol and the others to go with him to spend Christmas with as a family, and then he asks Cal to if he wants to take over to do the last couple gift drops, and then by riding the sleigh, and then after they go back to the North Pole, they celebrate, and now the whole year starts over again, and then that's basically it. That's the entire episode. I really enjoyed it. It was really great. I want to get too much into other detail because the episode just came out today. But I'm sorry, guys, but this is a big spoiler review for you guys. But I really loved it. It was really good. I really liked how the show progressed. And I think I might continue watching this. I think I might watch it again probably sometime maybe next week because Christmas is coming out next weekend. And yes, I just really enjoyed the show. It was really good. So I totally recommend you guys go and watch the show right now. It's all the episodes are on Disney Plus. So for the rating, I'm gonna give this a spot on 5 out of 5. It was just really great. I know like lately most of my reviews I've been giving it like some high reviews, some low reviews, but I've been trying to base them out. But I really love the Santa Claus movies. It's one of my favorites. Like I said, it's one of my favorite Christmas movies. And Tim Allen did an amazing job coming back, replaying his role. Same thing with the actress who portrayed Carol. I got to see Bernard again, and it was just truly amazing. It was just makes my heart really happy. So I totally recommend you guys go see it right now. It's I don't know if it's the best show on Disney Plus, but I would say for me it probably is. But surprisingly, Andor actually for Star Wars is actually got a global award nominated, so you should feel proud. The what's his name? Diego Luna or Luna Diego or something like that. But yeah, you should feel proud for getting nominated for doing the best performance in your show. But anyways, guys, so that concludes it. So thank you guys for watching. This is my big review for the Santa Clauses. I totally recommend you guys go see it right now. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. It's just I'm super thrilled to see something like this, and I just sure hope there might be another season, but I'm not sure. But if there is, I'll let you guys know in a future episode. But either way, also another video update for this weekend, guys. I'm going to be going to go see Avatar: The Way of Water with Wesley at the VIP Theater in Abbotsford. So catch you guys in that video because it's going to be a big good review for that kind of movie. Not only that, I don't think I ever did a big review for the first Avatar many years ago. No, I did because it came out in 2009 and I didn't start doing my videos until 2011-ish. So yeah, so this could be my first movie review for Avatar. So I'll see you guys then. And whatever guys on the world, good night, good afternoon, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And also, Merry Christmas.